Hey guys! My name is Lori Christina, and this is my brother,
Ray Brian!
And in today's video, we will be reading chapter 7 of the book called Money Hungry. And I hope you guys love this chapter. I would say it's pretty good, but let's just get right on to reading. I can't wait.
Let's get on right on. Chapter 7.
I go over to Zora's CD player and put on some tunes. Janae is the first one to start dancing. Her arms and legs are flying all over the place. Mai is singing loud with the music like she can really carry a tune. Zora's foot is moving back and forth inside her sleeping bag. I'm watching all of them jamming to the music. When the music stops, I go to Zora's bathroom, stick my mouth underneath the faucet, and take a few gulps. Y'all with me on this house cleaning thing? I ask, wiping my mouth dry with the back of my hand. They don't even bother to answer me. Janae just puts on another CD and starts throwing down again. The harder she dances, the more she sweats, and the more sweeter the room gets. Janae got this thing about smelling good. She says kids think all fat people stink, so she makes sure she smells good 24/7. She's got cotton balls sprayed with perfume pinned to her bra straps, stuffed in her pocket, and sitting in her purse. Sometimes it's too much, and the smell can make you want to gag. The only one that makes any money working with you is you, Mai says, knocking her skinny hips side to side. Next thing I know, she's at the mirror, frowning, going for her eyebrows with the tweezers. She's pushing up the end of her brow with one finger and holding down her eyelid with another. Mai's brows are big, bushy, shiny. The only one that makes any money working with you is you, Mai says, knocking her skinny hips from side to side. Next thing I know, she's at the mirror frowning, going for her eyebrows with the tweezers. She's pushing up the end of her brow with one finger and holding her eyelid with another. Mai's brows are big, bushy, shiny things. They are beautiful though, just like her slanty eyes and long, thick eyelashes. Half of the time, people can't figure out what race she is. And they're always telling her how exotic she looks, like she's some kind of bird or plant that somebody shipped here from halfway across the world. While Mai picks at herself, Zora starts agreeing with her. Raspberry, we work hard for you and don't get anything out of the deal, Zora says, going over to her drawer and pulling out 3 crumpled dollar bills. See? She throws balls of money across the room. One of them lands right on Janae's shoe. 3 lousy bucks for all my work. Janae takes the cash and puts it in her pocket. Zora hunches her shoulders like $3 ain't no big deal. If somebody threw money at me, I wouldn't be shrugging it off, even if it was a penny. I can tell by how 3 of them are looking that they ain't gonna change their minds. They're fed up with my stuff, same as Mama. Old folks would pay big time cash for somebody to help them out, I say. My mother didn't raise no maid, Zora says. Mai screws up her eyebrows, but she throws up her shoulders like she could care less. Now she's squeezing a pimple, watching a white, wiggly worm-looking thing ooze out all over. She looks a mess standing there with her messed up eyebrows and that worm sitting on her cheek. I gotta go, Janae says. I gotta interview Ming for a class paper I'm writing. Nobody asked Janae what the paper is about, because we know she's gonna tell us even if we don't want to know. It's for English class, she says. Mr. Knight says we should interview somebody we know. Get them to tell us something noteworthy about themselves. Mai turns around. She's got hands on her hips and her lips stuck out. Her cheek is as red as an apple. When Zora sees Mai's face, she turns away fast. I know she wanna bust out laughing, but she know now ain't the time. So she goes and lies down on the bed and shoves a fistful of cheese balls into her mouth. Mai tells Janae she better not go dragging her business into school. I'm not playing, Mai says, getting loud. Next thing I know, Janae is messing with Mai, telling her she and Ming should be proud of being mixed. I ain't mixed, I'm black, like you, Mai says, throwing her tweezers at Janae. I don't know why Janae even goes there. She knows how Mai feels about her mixed race, and how Ming feels about being mixed too. Ming don't want to be called black, African American, or Korean. He says he's biracial. Mai don't want to be called Korean or biracial. She's black. Call her anything different and she will go off on you. Janae won't stop talking about her paper for school. She's saying maybe she will even interview Mr. Kim, Mai's dad. Mai's looking like she wanna hurt somebody. Why don't you go write something about your own screwed up family? She says, getting up in Janae's face, stomping loud on the floor. Now Zora's dad is yelling upstairs for us to stop making so much noise, to stop acting like hoodlums and start acting like young ladies. Janae and Mai are real quiet, but they're still in each other's faces. You interview my dad or Ming, and I'll tell your grandfather you snuck Ming into your house when he wasn't home. Janae's eyes get all big. She knows what happens to sneaks in her granddad's house. They get in big time trouble. Janae tries to defend herself. It's not like we did anything. We just watched TV. Anyhow, my grandmother knows about Ming. She was there when he came over. So, your grandmother's gonna get in trouble too, Mai says, rubbing Vaseline on her eyebrows. Zora don't seem bothered by none of this. She's just lying on her bed and still sniffing her face with cheese balls. And still stuffing her face with cheese balls. Forget you and your brother and your whole stupid family, Janae says. All of a sudden, Zora's making this sound like a cat coughing up hairballs. Soggy, half-up chewed cheese balls come flying out of her mouth all over Janae's feet. You pig, you did that on purpose, Janae says, shaking her foot, kicking cheese stuff onto Zora's white rug. Soon Janae's got Zora's pressed down on her bed, and she's pouring the can of cheese balls down her shirt. Mai and me grabbed the can and started bouncing cheese balls off of each other's head. When I look up, there's Zora's mom, standing in the doorway. What's going on here? She wants to know. Pick up the mess and keep down the noise, girls, she says, stomping all over the bed and jerking Janae's hands off Zora's. I want to ask why she even cares what's going on. She ain't even living here no more. Her and Zora's dad are divorced, only you wouldn't know it. Her mom comes by a couple times a week and walks around the house like she owns it. Tells the housekeeper what to do, stuff like that. Zora thinks it's goofy too, but her parents say they don't want their divorce to change her life. When Miss Mitchell turns around to leave, I grab one of the cheese balls and throw it after her. It gets stuck in her hair. Somebody thinks they're funny? She asks, stomping out the room, pulling out the cheese ball out her hair. Janae falls down on the bed laughing, with her hand over her mouth. Zora runs into the bathroom, slams the door, and starts cracking up. I cover my head with a blanket, but I can hear Miss Mitchell walking down the steps, saying she don't know why we always gotta be hanging out at her child's house. Me, I'm wondering the same thing about her. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the reading, and now I'm going to share my opinion. Alright, so let's get right into it.
This is my good opinion.
Raspberry was hanging out at Zora's house with Mai and Janae. They were still arguing about cleaning homes. Raspberry explained that older people would pay a lot of cash to have people help them around their houses. They got into a cheese ball fight with each other and Miss Mitchell, who was Zora's dad's ex-wife. As she walked out, Raspberry threw a cheese ball in the back of her head, and she walked out all mad, while the girls were all trying to laugh silently. So guys, this was a very short summary of chapter 7 of the book called Money Hungry. And if you like this video,
if you did, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't, and click that notification bell. That way when we post new videos,
you will get notified. It's time for us to go. Goodbye.
Oh, bye.
Stay safe
and stay good.
Yep.